China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops sticking.
Hey everyone, this is China Chicken, and I wanted to go through a Star Wars prediction and or theory, however you think of it. But I believe that Dave Filoni, the new president of Lucasfilm and in charge of all Star Wars projects, I believe he's going to do something very ambitious. We just don't know what it is. And my prediction is, and I think this would be a really cool idea, if they do a new trilogy in the Skywalker saga, but it's going to be Star Wars Episode 13, 14, and 15. And you might be thinking, well, where's Star Wars Episode 10, 11, and 12? Well, I think what they're going to do is skip into the future, maybe 30, 50, maybe even 100 years into the future, and do episodes 13, 14, and 15. This will catch a lot of us off guard because we'll be expecting 10, 11, and 12. Well, eventually we will get 10 and 11 and 12, but we're going to kind of do it the way that they did it with the old movies. Of course, when they started with Star Wars, they did A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, and then eventually renamed those movies to episodes 4, 5, and 6, and then did the prequels, episodes 1, 2, and 3. They can kind of do the same formula here, where they do episode 13, 14, and 15, and then go back 10 years later or whatever, and do episodes 10, 11, and 12. And a story that they could do is something to do with Ahsoka Season 2, which we're about to get here, and Mandalorian and Grogu, and things like that. And what they can do is, we're all thinking in Ahsoka Season 2 that they're going to introduce or reintroduce the idea of the father, the brother, and the daughter again. And then they're going to add context for the mother, which was a character created in the books that are no longer canon. But I believe that they're going to bring this character back into relevancy with these two trilogies that they're going to work on here. And with the mother being Abeloth, the evil character. And she's basically going to be the new Emperor Palpatine in a way, where, in my opinion, what she's going to do is take over Rey Skywalker's body and kind of use her as a conduit to, be alive again. So Rey will eventually be Abeloth in this trilogy, episode 13, 14, and 15, and she's going to be the big bad in these movies. And it'll be pretty crazy if they do this. I think it would be really cool. So maybe these movies will be like 100 years into the future, and there's an evil Rey that's been alive for a long time, obviously, and she has been corrupted by the mother or Abeloth. And they can also use Grogu in this because, obviously, as we know, Grogu is a Yoda species, so they can live 800, 900 years. I think Yoda was 950 years when he died in Return of the Jedi, Episode 6. So they could kind of do the same thing with Grogu. Maybe he's 100 years older. He's like 150 years old at this time and kind of like in his prime as a Jedi or something. And maybe he is training a new generation of Jedi or something. I don't really know, but this is just kind of an idea, kind of spitballing here. So they just do episode 13 and 14 and 15, and then eventually they'll go back and do episode 10, 11, and 12. And I think that'll be a really cool idea. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Let me know if you want to add anything to this idea or if you have any idea of how they can get to this. Another thing I was thinking with them, introducing Abeloth in season 2 of Ahsoka, they can do something in Starfighter too, which they just finished filming a little while ago. So they're working on that, I know. So yeah, something in Starfighter can kind of set this up. So I think that will be really cool. So again, let me know down below if you have any theories that coincide with this, with Rey becoming Abeloth and Grogu being involved in these next two trilogies, and maybe the characters in Starfighter, Ryan Gosling's character, and the other kid that we don't really know anything about, but we assume he's force sensitive. So maybe they can involve these characters in this. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments. I'd like to hear from you guys. And I just thought this was a fun theory / prediction of what's going to happen with Star Wars. I really do think that they need to go bold here and do something new and creative to kind of bring all these characters together that they've introduced in the Star Wars or in the Disney Star Wars canon. So I thought this would be a really cool way to do it, and I'd be totally on board with it. And Dave Filoni, he's got my board of approval here if he does do something similar to this. But we'll see. Maybe they'll have some announcements this May 4th or next year on Star Wars Celebration in 2027. Or, maybe they'll just decide, hey, let's do the Old Republic stuff. They start doing a bunch of stories there, or they go really, really far into the future, like thousands of years in the future. That'll be pretty cool, where they can just kind of have a clean slate and do their own thing. But let me know what you think about my prediction down below, episodes 13, 14, and 15. Have a good day, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. You have a drumstick and your brain stops sticking.